This is the O-Review podcast. O-Review.
Oakley Voyager reporting to Concept Studio. We're about to embark on a trajectory course for planet Earth. Expected arrival? Days. We're experiencing some kind of interference up here. Concept Studio, do you read us? Wait, there's something out there. Connection established.
Unidentified object encountered. Identifying object.
Concept Studio, we're coming home.
Welcome to another video. I'm going to take a look at something I didn't think I would be buying. I saw it coming soon, and when it finally got released, I was like, I hesitated for a little moment, but then I figured I might as well jump on it and get it. So what we're taking a look at here is a new release from the Concept Studio. And if you remember Concept Studio from a while back, it was mostly like hand-painted frames that had a very small limited run, sometimes even just a couple pairs. So these ones were actually released on the website, and they had a run of about 25 or so. So you could basically just go online, order them. You didn't have to show up at a show or an event or anything like that. But they were very limited because there was only 25 of them. So on July 19th, one day before the 50th anniversary of the moon landing, Oakley put a story on their Instagram which teased at something that was coming soon, and it was labeled something like Oakley Voyager. And on the website, about a day later or so, they basically had a countdown with some planets flying by, some audio saying something about something was coming. So there's a timer of about 7 hours left, and at that point I was going to be on a road trip later that day, so I didn't think anything was going to happen. But basically all of a sudden someone said that they were able to order one. And what was it? Well, it turned out to be a new Frogskin. It was hand painted just like the other Concept Studios, but it was hand painted in a way that it looks sort of like galaxies and nebulas and star spatter and things like that. So since it was available, I just looked at it for a moment, added it to my cart, figured it probably would sell out before I even hit submit, but it turns out it ended up happening. So basically, what did I get? First off, it was a Frogskin that was about $300, which seems like a lot because most Frogskins are in like the low hundreds, sometimes mid hundreds. Even things like the Staple were like $160 or so. But it is a Concept Studio one. It is a very limited run, and it also does have a SKU number. So sometimes the overhead of just putting all that in the system does tack on a little bit extra. So let's see what we get for that $300. So when it arrived, it was in this box here, and basically just a very nondescript black Oakley box. It does flap open in here, so you don't have to tear it open or anything like that, and it is held shut by a magnet, so once you're done with it, it's going to pretty much stay intact. So opening this up, we have the Concept Studio box, which in itself is a very reflective metallic print on it, so even the box has a little bit of extra compared to like a normal one. I talked to the person who created this, Evan, and he said that this material is actually only produced in one place in California, so they actually went out special and got some very specific materials to create this box here. Since it is an official release though, even though it only has a run of 25, it does have the normal labels, SKUs, barcodes, and things like that too. So the official name is the Galaxy frame, and it comes with Prism Ruby. So taking a look at inside the box, on the other side we do have a serial number, so even though there are 25, each one does have a serial number, both on the box, on a certificate of authenticity, saying the number, and then another card with also the printed number, as well as the signature of the person who created it. Also, the micro bag has the same space print on it as well. And then here are the Frogskins themselves. So basically, if you take a look at it, there's a lot going on. So there's sort of a very subtle kind of speckle pattern that is on the base of it. There's a lot of hand-painted purples and blacks and a lot of, again, those like nebula and cluster patterns. And then finally there's like a sort of a star spatter on it, which is basically all the white stars that are sprinkled upon it. It does have the skew and all that on the inside, as well as, again, it has the serial number of what number out of the 25 that you got, as well as Evan's signature on the inside of it right there. So, much like a frog, it's going to fit the same as anything else. So, being Prism Ruby, it's one of the better lenses, I feel, and it definitely does work with the Galaxy frame. So, I'm pretty happy with that too. But, the more you look at it, the more kind of details you see. And then, since it is hand-painted, every one is going to be different. So, each one that you get is going to have sort of a slightly different pattern, depending on which one that he painted. So, really happy with these. Again, last time I did a frog review, it was the staple frog, and I said on that video that I couldn't believe I had bought another frog. But once in a while, one comes along that really kind of is interesting and something that would be worth checking out. So they sold out fairly quickly. I mean, not as quickly as I thought, but I mean, it's a matter of like minutes versus hours. So they definitely were pretty cool. So that's just a real quick look at it. I was able to go down to California about the week after, and I was hoping these would arrive in time for me to see him. But I met with Evan, we talked for a bit, and I was bummed that I wasn't able to bring them, but due to some mailing issues and things like that, they didn't come until like pretty much the day I was on the plane. So it was kind of cool meeting up and chatting them, find out a little bit more about these. We're hoping that maybe there'll be some more concept studio things in the future that will be sort of within people's range. Also, there was a few things like people that were international weren't able to order them, and that was sort of a little off-putting. But hopefully, a lot of those things can be worked out in the future, and basically, hopefully, make sure some of the future releases are a little bit smoother. So that is the Galaxy Frog with Prism Ruby, 25 limited edition run from Concept Studio. Catch you later.